Our creation stories are in our language, and the beauty of knowing them means you will know where you come from.
The story of the language from our story, they say, and the very first of the Red People's camp on Turtle Island. This camp was growing bigger and bigger of the first Red people. And while all these people in this camp was getting so big, they started to fight. They started to argue. They took their problems to the medicine man, the holy person, the spiritual leader, the medicine woman. He was praying. And while he was praying, the Creator sent Amu, the little, the wasp. Amu came, is flying. And then the Creator told this man, he said, watch Amu, the wasp. And he said, watch how he raises his family and how he runs his camp, his hive. This grandmother of the Amu, the wasp, she trains 4 of her daughters. So now I've chosen my oldest daughter, the one I trained, and she's gonna go and she's gonna start a new hive. But half of you have to go with her, and you're gonna have to go with her, and you're gonna have to start a new hive. They start building their new wasp nest. So this man was watching. So he comes back, and this man, he could communicate with all life, the 4-legged winged one, insects, water creatures, the plants, the trees, the rocks. So he was communicating with Amu, the wasps, and they were teaching him this, just like Mamo Tawino, the Creator, had said in his ceremony. Go to them and they're going to teach you. So he came back, and they had told him his camp got too big and there was only one language. So this camp got too big, and they said because it was too big. There were so many fights and people that weren't getting along. And now that it's so big, you have to choose 4 new leaders. And so he chose 4 new leaders that he was training and teaching. And they all spoke one language. And when he told this story, he was told to pick 4 new leaders, and that these 4 new leaders, they all had one language. And he said, one of you gonna go right to the tail of the turtle. Another one of you is going to go all the way to the west to the big water. Another one is going to go far in the north, and another one to the east. And you're going to start your own tribe, just like Amu said, just like the wasp said. So they all separated. But one of the things in that story, an elderly man had told me, he said, one of those men that was sent, and I don't know about which direction they were sent, but one of them had a lisp. And another one talked really super fast. And another one talked really slow. And I think the 4th one had a stutter. I'm pretty sure that's what he said. But so this language was one. And when they switched to these 4 new leaders, now they all got sent to the 4 directions, but because of the sound of their voice that they carry. So now these ones, so they say this is how the language changed. So if we want to know that we are one people, one of the ways you can know that we are one and that we are not separate and we are not different, and that it is the truth that we come from one language. You listen and you go and listen to creation stories from different tribes. So I went to the Micmacs and I listened to the creation story. While I was listening, I heard Cree words. And I would stop and I'd ask, what does that mean? I was like, oh my God, that's the same word. And I heard Lakota words and Nakota words. Then I went to the Haidas and I listened to the Haida creation story. And I don't speak Haida, I don't speak Micmac. But in our first creation stories, there were so many words that were the same as Cree, but also Nakota and Lakota, because I am 3 parts Nakota and 1 part Cree. So all of these different tribes that I went to, when I asked, can I listen to an elder who speaks the first language, who knows the creation story, I could not believe the similar words. I couldn't believe what I was hearing, and I knew what they were talking about. Even going far down to Mexico, Rio de Catorce, and I was able to translate their creation story from their artwork. And the man said, his eyes were real big. He said, how do you know? And I said, because my grandparents told us, because we're the same people. We're one, and we have the same creation story. We're not different. We're one, and we all came from one language.